we're back, just on a different channel.
Let's see.
What's old is new again.
Let me make sure that we're here.
Yeah.
Let's go live. I don't see it. Let me go here.
This one here.
There it is. Okay, it's showing up. All right.
There we go.
All right. Sorry about this, everybody. We have 2 new channels, and we went live on the wrong channel. So we're back here live on the OG channel where we should be. So we'll see what happens here. See if everybody catches back up. So sorry about those of you guys bouncing around. So next week, the plan is next week to be on the Matt Mormon channel.
Right.
So we're going to move the live off of Obsessed Garage onto the the Matt Mormon channel, which is going to be my sort of lifestyle, vlog style, whatever I feel like posting channel. It's going to be awesome, I think. I have a saying, watch that channel take off. Crappy edits, just straight out of camera.
Yeah, I think we ought to have like a bet between
Little
you and Mike.
contest. Yeah.
Someone has to eat a little crow or something.
All these beautiful videos, and I'm going to be getting 150,000 people watching every video. We'll see. But anyway, if you're not subscribed, we have 2 new channels in response to YouTube's, we think YouTube's tendency toward preferring specific channels. So Obsessed Garage channel is the garage. The Garage Obsession channel is going to be like cinematic garage tours and storytelling. Yeah. And then the Matt Mormon channel will be like, we just put a Wash and Talk up there. So go check out the latest Wash and Talk, and you'll want to go to the Garage Obsession channel and watch the next or the video that's up there now. It's been up since noon on Eric's Garage. It's pretty cool. So anyway, go check those out. But anyway, we're here on a Friday, 42 minutes late because my friend Tavarish, Freddie, was here, and we were talking about storytelling and how to improve the experience that you all have when you're watching videos.
Right.
I mean, obviously, Freddie's cracked the code. I don't think he's had a video under 1 million people watching it on the Tavares channel in years, it seems. And so I don't really care about the number. What I care about is that we get to tell our story, this unique story, to as many people as possible. And so we're working on how to do that without losing anything. I don't want to jump the shark here. So anyway, we're working on HQ, getting it dialed in. I just did an HQ tour, which should be on the channel in, I think, 3 weeks. The video tomorrow will be on tool grid and tool organization, which I think you're going to like. And then the video the following week will be, I believe, the GT4 RS polishing. I'm about a third of the way through. Front clip's done, half the roof's done, and then I'll work on it this weekend. I talked to Kevin at Next Armor. It's going to go for PPF in about 3 weeks.
So are you full PPFing that car?
Yeah. Yep. Full PPF. If I can't start driving soon, then I'm getting rid of all my cars. So I might as well PPF it because they'll, anybody who buys that's going to want that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to get that done, and then I'm excited to bring the cars up here. So they're going to come up here to the studio. Mike's working on it right now, painting the ceiling, and then lights will start going in next week. Then concrete gets cut, and so he's working on painting, drywall, that stuff this week, and then we'll probably launch the video series in a couple of weeks. We want to get ahead, and so the only disadvantage, the thing I don't like about what we're talking about in our content strategy, is that I'll be a little behind from day in life in real time.
They'll be a little misaligned, right?
Yeah.
So Matt Mormon channel will probably be a little ahead.
Yeah.
So you get a preview on Matt Mormon, and if you like that, then when it comes the more organized, cleaner video will be with Mike on the OG.
That'll be the trick. I mean, does it mess up the we're going to figure that out. That's what we were kind of arguing back and forth about. Is there a disadvantage to siloing content and and being, does it have to be timed and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think the other big discussion is whether we have to be niche versus broad topic. So that seems to be where most of our back and forth is. Right?
Yep.
All right. So let's see here. Question from John. What happened to the Rytec doors?
Well, I wasn't building a garage, and so theoretically, we'll be doing the Rytec doors at the design studio in Middleton. I was building a garage and wasn't building a garage and was building a garage, and so we put a regular door on there. It's a Janus door. I think Janus is the company, Janus International. And so it's an insulated, normal roll-up door. Right. Nice door, but not a Rytec door. And so that door went in there because it was going to be just a storage area, and now it's my garage, and so too late, too late now. So hopefully we'll be re-engaging Rytec and doing them at the design studio.
Yeah. Let's see here. Brian says, when do you buy exhaust for the RS? I'm waiting to buy one of your rejects after you buy 7 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna order.
Brian knows you well.
I'm gonna order based on the recommendation of a I think his name is Nick. BC Fabs is the exhaust, and then he has a bunch of different tips and stuff. But he has a valved exhaust. It makes it in Inconel and stainless. I want it in stainless. But the because of the over axle design, it's pretty hard to make a GT4 sound good, a GT4 RS sound good. And so this one guy had a bunch of exhausts. He suggested I do this thing here. That's the GT4 exhaust, not the RS.
That's cool.
But yeah, BC Fabs is what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of waiting to get the car. I'm attempting to do life where when I buy stuff, I get it done. Instead of buying and holding on and waiting forever, that's the exhaust. That's the one there. Yeah.
I was going to see if I can share here.
Yeah. And so buying and holding it forever is, and like getting to things, 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks later, it stresses me out. And so I'm going to buy the exhaust when I'm ready for it. And then I get to anticipate and wait for it. And so I want that life. That's a better life than what I've been living the last, half a decade here, where order, everything's just piling up.
Right.
And then I'm stressed out, and then I don't enjoy it. Whereas like my office, I'm like focused on my office, and so I order some stuff, and then I'm anticipating, I'm tracking it, and waiting for stuff to get here. I got 3 new things sitting out there. We're doing all these stupid meetings, and so I want to go in there and get things unboxed and put in place. So yeah, so I'm working on.
So maybe Brian, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see if he's
I mean, there's a good probability that I buy it and hate it and need to sell it.
Yeah. All right. So Chris says, did you see Costco has $99 hex lights for sale?
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Thanks, Chris. We'll get Maddie ramped up. And then let's see here. How about TMax doors?
I had bought one, and they wouldn't let me put it in.
Oh, that's the Harbor Hills door.
Those are the residential roll-ups.
Right.
The problem with TMax doors is they're super slow.
Yeah.
Like they're like rickety slow. John did them at the Atlanta garage at his personal house, and he's like, they're great, but they are slow.
Right.
And that's annoying. And so I was never able to put it or never install it. And Scott had it, and then he sold it to somebody. So
yeah,
Scott came and
Scott made a
I
profit.
gave it to Scott, and then Scott sold it.
Let's see here. Jeff says, what are the specs on the budget air compressor again? Any update?
I don't have the specs yet. I think it's like 12 CFM, 30-gallon tank. It's going to be, I think that's the 240-volt version. It's going to be like freaking $3,200. It's not budget. The budget somehow turned into not budget.
Right.
I said I want $1,000 retail. Well, it was $1,800 or something. Cost non-shipped, non-delivered.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
talking a $2,500 compressor at that point or more, right?
Yeah,
that's a cost.
That's $2,500 cost.
Cost.
Yeah,
and then
so
say
$3,300, retail, something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Spending that, you can get a big Kaiser or something. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Who we have next? Dylan says, have you considered having a short series on the most budget way to kit out a garage? For example, $2,000 budget, sell it as a kit on the website.
$2,000?
Yeah, I mean, $2,000 won't buy a Swiss Trax floor.
No.
So,
no, I mean,
I think that.
But budget, yes. But
yeah,
I think you need
10 to 15 grand.
Right. Yeah. To do, and that would be with a basic cabinet layout.
So we do have. So our design team has been working on our prototype garages. So basic, advanced, ultimate, 2-car, 3-car, 4-car. I've seen that. So we're now in the process of prettying it up to put it on the website.
I mean, you'd be $250 to paint it.
Right.
Right. So let's say you paint it, put Swiss Trax in, got some lights, bought a toolbox and a portable pressure washer, you're 8 to 10.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, and most, like, I didn't do it all at once when I was starting out. I bought a toolbox, and then I didn't have, got a jack, and then you kind of piece it together one step at a time. I painted it first, changed the light bulbs, and you just kind of work your way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that we'll be providing you with a lot of content going forward with the villages here.
Right.
We're going to have tons of footage of simple stuff.
And the villages is a different price point, different channel. So it will be more basic just because the houses are smaller and a little bit more basic.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, but you're going to have to, increase your budget a bit. Now, you just don't do flooring. There saves you a bunch of money and spend the money on, a pressure washer and, some tools and some lights but I think $2,000 is a little light for getting a whole heck of a lot done. I mean, if you painted it and did some light bulbs, you're running up to that pretty fast.
Right. So one of the other things I wanted to bring up is Canada. So Press All bottles went live on the Canadian sites.
Oh, cool.
They actually arrived Monday, so we are RYS on those, but they're going to land on Monday and be able to be shippable.
Okay.
We've been RYS on Krenzla. The reason why we haven't been able to ship Krenzla is the machines are there, but the packing materials weren't. So packing materials and training video is there. So that should be shipping here imminently. Okay. So once we get those going. So we continue to send more and more stuff up to Canada and get it ready.
Yeah, we're gonna see a speed ramping up here as our new leadership team gets up to speed, gets through project after project. We're gonna see a significant ramp up of speed of Canadian launch. And we're getting our products team dialed in, getting the entire organization to be operationally excellent. And so, Canada, the goal would be in the next sort of 6 to 9 months that we have it fully operational.
Right. So I've been trying to come up with some questions that are sort of more generic or more, not coming from the audience necessarily. And one of the things that I came up with that I thought might be interesting for you to describe is, what's the product that you came across that surprised you the most? You come across a lot of things and you say, that's great, or this is good, or whatever, but what kind of really blew your mind? Does a product come to mind when I say that?
I mean, touchless immediately came top of my head, because I was so adamantly against snow foams for many, many years. And, your dirt is dirtier than our dirt, argument to Europeans, which is still true. In the past, especially in the wax, sealant wax days, and I was a later adopter to coatings, simply because the application was a nightmare.
They were professional.
And even the consumer stuff that was available was kind of janky and it looked weird until they started to look more wax-like. I was a holdout on Jescar. PowerLock Plus, at the time it was Menzerna PowerLock, topped with Colonite 845, which is a hybrid carnauba wax. And so any of the snow foam type, higher alkaline snow foam stuff would nuke your wax.
Strip it right off.
Yeah, right, immediately. Geon foam, I forget what CarPro's version was, and so I'm like, this is stupid. This pre-rinsing makes no sense when you're using a pH neutral soap, because it doesn't really do the cleaning. The cleaning is when you touch the soap is really there for lubrication. And so unless you are doing an alkaline or an acidic soap, you're not really doing a whole lot of prep work. And so I was really interested 4 or 5 years ago of the Built Hammer stuff when John from Forensics started talking about it, maybe even a little bit before then. I was just always searching for different products. Built Hammer was always on my radar. It wasn't here. I had actually pitched Pete Hammer probably 5 years ago about the concept of building a Built Hammer US, and then not doing like traditional brick and mortar or regional sales rep type distribution, but I still hadn't really, I wasn't really thinking about touchless. I wasn't thinking about pre-rinse. I was thinking about the clay bars and the wheel cleaners and the Surfex, the all-purpose cleaners, and some of the other Built Hammer stuff, and so. Bryce and Tommy talked me into, considering, touchless, and I was like, I'm not really interested in a snow foam. And so not only does it not jack up your coating, which I was adamantly against, I don't want to build this base layer of protection and then jack it up just to make my cleaning process a little quicker. And I found that when I would spray off the car when I'm coated, and I sprayed off the car with my pressure washer, I would get a large percentage of the heavy stuff off anyway. So I wasn't really beating up the surface with my actual abrasion of washing with a mitt or a pad. But then seeing how effective touchless was or is, and then also introducing the idea of like, I'll just touchless and DI water and just go do a couple little speeds down the street, and the car's pretty well good, especially in Florida where it's not like SoCal where your car will stay clean for 2 weeks.
Yeah. No,
it just gets
raining
dusty.
every day. It's raining every day.
Here it's bug crazy and rain and sand. As soon as you're done washing your car, it's dirty immediately. So if I can get it 95% clean, I'm already in 2 minutes of driving down the road. It's going to get jacked up anyway. And so that's one of the bigger I had to eat crow. Had to apologize to the Europeans. You're right, snow foams can make a big difference. I added that part of my process, and then seeing what it can do to a coated car or a non-coated car and how clean it can get it is pretty remarkable. And so there was a number of factors that added up to, I have to admit that this is legit.
Right.
And then seeing the results, pretty freaking cool.
Oh, that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. That wasn't the answer I was.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. I just thought it would be some tool or box or
I mean, the other one would be the Mirka. Mirka's 3-inch polisher. I still say is the greatest detailing product ever built by a company that didn't even know they were building it for detailing.
It's fun.
So that's another major.
And maybe we'll get them to build some more products for us. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So Neil says, Matt, are you going to try ADS new coating?
Yeah, I think I'm going to put it on the TRD Sequoia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I want something more durable, and so I'm going to put it on there. I'll get some and give it a shot.
Did you try their previous coating?
No.
So
coatings are kind of hard to try.
Right.
You
kind of committing.
Commit. I'm not doing other people. Now, if you're a detailer, you can try other people's cars all the time, right? But then I'd argue you're not really getting to experience it because you're giving the car to the customer. Mm-hmm. You can experience the application and maybe the first wash or a follow-up wash, but you're not experiencing the using and dealing with it every day. And so I'm oftentimes unwilling, to take a car and put something else on it.
Right. Because
I just go back.
You might have to repolish it and start over again,
I know what works, and I know that I like this, and I don't know. So I'm going to give it a shot.
And that's a good car because it likely will be outside. It's subjected to a lot more stuff, so you'll get to see how it performs. Okay, very good. Let's see. John says, I know you had the PSB Imagine T65 speakers.
Mhm.
How did you like those? I was looking at those, or the Monitor Audio Silver 500s. Which would you recommend?
The Monitor Audio is going to have a better fit and finish, better cabinet. The PSB is probably going to sound better.
Right.
The Imagines are pretty remarkable for what they cost. I think that the simplicity, the PSB doesn't spend a lot of money on materials. They spend a lot of time on engineering, and Paul Barton's a freaking audio wizard. And so you're going to get, I think, better sound out of the PSBs, but they're not as pretty. Yeah. The Imagines are a lot nicer than the Alpha series, but I'm a big Monitor Audio fan, but I haven't heard the current Silver series. I had Silver series, 2 generations ago. I've had Bronze, Silver, Gold reference. I've never had the Platinum series, so I'm a big Monitor Audio fan, but I think that the PSBs at that price point are probably going to sound a whole lot better.
Okay.
I do have a pair of Imagine, the on-walls, the big boys. What are they? Model number's escaping me. But the on-wall version of that, PWM3s. I have a pair in white sitting in the room back there.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want a crazy deal.
You had those in Middleton, didn't you? For a short time?
Yeah, they were my rear channels in Middleton. I sold the black 3, the 3 in the front.
Right.
But I still have the 2 whites that are sitting there. They're $2,500 a piece. I'd sell them to you for a fraction of that.
There you go.
Just to get them out of the room.
Good opportunity.
I have 2 sub 6s, Dynaudio sub 6s to sell. I have a NAD T778 to sell that's sitting back there. What else? I do have a crazy. I'll give you a crazy deal on. I have an MSS array, which is a 26 9-drawer, two 26-inch 9-drawer lowers, a single 34-inch 9-drawer lower. I have a closet. I think it's a 36-inch closet. I have the countertop. I have the back panels, the uppers. So it's like I think maybe like a 10-foot array. And I'll make you a freaking sweet deal on that. I was planning on doing in the bike room in Helen, but I'm not doing that because Helen's for sale. And I also have a full Park Tool master collection that I'll sell a fire deal because I have 2 of them. And so I need to sell that off. I'm not selling
2 Park Tool fire collections.
I have 1 at my house and
one
here.
for you. One for you.
Yeah. So I have 1 for sale. I think it's like $8,000. I'll sell it to you for like, I'll sell it to you. You want a 60% off deal?
That's still too much money on bike tools.
Dang it. Yeah. So anybody,
I don't have a place to put them all. That's the problem.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's like 2 cabinets worth of tools.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Well, I may be building a bike tool set up here at HQ just because I can.
Yeah, we probably should get the design team to put your cabinet together, and we can put it on the page. We have 2. We also have 2 MSS new arrays up.
Yes, we have two left. The final 2 for the MSS before the new comes, new stuff comes, and then mine. So 3. The 2 that are on the site are much bigger arrays. Yeah, but it's 35% off.
Yeah,
it's pretty legit. So you're gonna want.
And there's a lot of drawers, so they're pretty compelling. So let's see. We answered that one. What are you expecting from SEMA this year? Can we get a pre-SEMA video? Your SEMA coverage is sure the best on the YouTube. You going this year?
Yeah, I probably will go for maybe 3 days. So I would like to be there at open. I like it when it first opens. That's when you get the best, the most energy, and you can get through it the quickest because there's not as many people there. So I'll fly in Monday. I'll be there Tuesday, Wednesday, and what I may do is maybe fly out Thursday night. Normally what I do is I fly in Monday, there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and fly out Saturday. We kind of ran out of stuff to do last year. I don't know, though, because it's fun to hang around the detailing area. and just. But I make all the content I can make usually in the first two days.
You kind of wear out, right? Like, I mean, you make content, but I mean,
it's not as new. I mean, they're this is same stuff comes every year, and you might find a couple of things. So first off, I'm not in pursuit of as many products, right? There aren't as many new things that we need, and there aren't as many new things there. I really need to go to Automechanica is what I need to do in Germany. So I really need to go to that, and then I'll find all kinds of new stuff. So I think that I'll still do the same thing, and I thought about maybe making a better SEMA video rather than just the vlog. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure yet. Like make a more themed video, like I'm in search of something specific,
right?
Or I'm not sure how I could make a more entertaining SEMA video like Matt does SEMA or something like that. Because what I do is just walk around and try to give you a bird's eye view of what I'm seeing, but to actually have a camera on me where I'm on camera instead of just holding the camera. I'm not sure what to do, but SEMA is not as interesting to me as it used to be because I'm kind of found everything.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of it's repeat stuff,
and it's much smaller than it used to be. Yeah, there aren't as many vendors. Right? Yeah. COVID kind of killed a large percentage of it. So a lot of the biggest and best don't go. Like Ford doesn't even go there anymore.
Oh yeah, the big booth.
Yeah. And so the biggest and best have kind of pulled out, and so you're kind of left with most of the new stuff that's coming is kind of janky.
Soft spot where the Civic. I don't know what he's getting at there. Do you know? No. Okay. More information needed. Let's see. Is it better to build a workbench first and have the stainless steel top made for it, or is it just have someone fab a stainless steel counter?
Well, I mean, I just think it depends. It depends on what you're, a lot of, if you're buying stuff, a lot of companies will have a countertop you just buy for it. Let's say you're buying just a single Russo or Lista or Moduline or a bald head or something that where they would make a countertop for you. You could just order it. And then you have companies, modular companies like Sonic or ProSlat or, New Age and stuff like that, where they would have a modular countertop for that.
Yeah.
If you're going to build something, then.
Well, there are people build stainless steel counters for kitchens and that kind of thing, and they can polish the edges and all that. It's just, it's quite expensive, right? So
yeah, to get that shipped, you want to find somebody local.
You have to do, it's usually a local provider. Right?
Yeah, but generally speaking, your best value is going to be when you buy a cabinet that has a top, and you can order them together. That's going to be your best.
Yeah, and for guys that don't know, a lot of the Sonic specifically, they make tops to fit multiple boxes. So it's not like you have to have a seam at every counter.
Correct.
Or every cabinet. So.
And your top oftentimes will dictate the combination of cabinets that you put together. Yeah. Because they make certain sizes, certain size tops to fit certain cabinets. Combination of lower cabinets. Yep.
Right. Let's see here. It says, how about a product... What do you? How about what product came with a lot of hype but was just pure rubbish? Most hyped and biggest disappointment.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
So I really don't like that word hype. That's kind of a loser's word. Let's see. What does everybody like that I don't? It's tricky because there's a lot of highly marketed things that have fake, like giraffe tools, right? A giraffe pressure washer. They do great. They've done a great job marketing, great photography, great packaging. Like it's packaged well, and it solves all the problems.
Right.
Except for there's no guts. It's like It's like all exterior, and the hose reel's terrible, the hose is terrible, the motor's terrible, the output's terrible.
What about a hand tool? Like you thought this ratchet was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you got it, and it didn't. I mean, I know there was a lot that came through that process.
It's tricky because I have a really good barometer for what's good and what's not. And so it's very rare. It's just really racking my brain to try to think of something that I thought for sure was going to be great and was terrible. I mean, the Rupes cordless polisher's a real disappointment. But that wasn't like shocking.
Right.
I've tried lots and lots of detailing products that were not great, but again, not shocking, not something I'd kind of built up in my head and said, man, this is going to be great, and it's just not. My current hated thing are Apple AirPod Pros. They're freaking terrible. They don't stay in your ears. I bought 47 different, the little foamy things, and then things go around my ear. Now the left one doesn't charge. It's like the first Apple product I've ever bought that I'm like, this is hot garbage. Just hate it.
I agree with the quality on that.
So I just bought some Beats Pro 2s that'll be here today.
More Apple products?
Yeah, I guess it is Apple, right? But I just want something for running.
Their strategy's working.
Yeah.
Force you to upgrade from AirPod Pro to Beats.
Yeah. And I don't, Beats are not good headphones in general, but I want something that fits over my ear, and there's just nothing great.
Let's see. Kurt says, loved content. Random question. Why not go all in on Sonic? They seem to be really great. Plus, they come with all the tools and a gridding system. Are the margins too small?
No, I mean, we're kind of going all in on Sonic.
We're going all in.
Yeah. One of the main reasons why I did in the beginning, they didn't have stock, and so I'd be always out of stock, and so I needed alternatives. Right. And then pricing had kind of gotten weird on MSS.
Yeah.
And so we were looking for a closer to mid-level cabinet, and so we are now the exclusive North American residential dealer.
Right.
And so we're going to go frickin' ham on this. Even MSS Plus is just now getting back in stock. Sonic had a banner year. And so they just had some like giant like dealership type,
and the tariffs pulled everything forward too. So
correct.
A lot of people got in front of it. The other thing that Russo offers us is custom.
Yeah, so custom color,
colors,
custom size, custom drawer, and so the combination of the two, I think, is the perfect situation, especially since MSS is coming down in price substantially.
Right.
From where the previous MSS was or had gotten to.
That's right.
We're probably close to original MSS pricing, 5-6 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna be launching like tool foam inlay of the month. We're gonna go real narrow and deep here with it because I love it, and having gone through and lived with Sabre, ProSlat, Russo. And doing like custom tools from like best tools from all over the world and doing all the tool gridding. I'm still not done, by the way.
You're still putting drawers together.
Not even close. I haven't picked up the project again. I kind of lost my mojo for a little bit. It makes me even more convicted. But the margins are fine. They're good.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Ryan says, what's your opinion on Blackline? Do you know what that is? Need more information, Ryan. Come back on in.
Is that a detailing line of products you're talking about?
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I think a Blackstone, a griddle from Home Depot.
Did you ever change the oil plug on the new AR630 V2?
I mean, it wasn't mine. No, it comes with a vented plug, so it ships sealed, and then it has a vented.
Yeah, okay.
People just like to watch a video. Like I know that I didn't need to. You don't need to put the vented thing on to use it for 5 frickin' seconds. But people like to watch a video and say, I knew it. I knew it. That towel touched the ground there. I knew that.
Yeah.
But that was Manny's pressure washer I was borrowing anyway, and I just took it out of the box and turned it on.
Right.
So, but yeah, if you're going to be long term, they recommend you doing a vented. So, because the oil will heat up and expand, and if it's overfilled, will push into the pump head, and mess up your seals.
So Neil says, Matt, Costco's now selling Snake River Farms Wagu beef sticks. Not sure if you've ever eaten them.
Yeah, the problem with those things is,
do they have sugar in them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get the keto versions, right?
Yeah, but even then it has celery powder, which is like nitrates on steroids.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Yeah, all of meat sticks like chomps and all that. They say no nitrates. Well, that's it's loaded with celery powder, and celery powder is like nitrates on steroids. Yeah, so that's
doing the same thing.
Yeah, only worse. Yeah.
Bill says we need a OG spec bike line. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think, we'd have a little argument on whether that's a Pivot or it's a Santa Cruz, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Baloo's on. Matt, what's the best way to wash my golf cart? It says no pressure washing, so touchless in a hand pump and then rinseless.
No, I don't see why you couldn't pressure wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has, especially if it's gas, it's going to be all sealed. If it's electric,
I mean,
it's going to be a big problem.
The engine bay is open to the bottom. I mean, you drive it in the rain.
Yeah.
It's going to get wet.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to polish it, coat it, and then I'm going to do Keaton. Keenan has, Ryan's buddy, got one of the golf carts, and I promised him I would help with him. So we'll have a video probably on the Matt Mormon channel of detailing his, because they're pretty swirled out. They need a nice little polish. And so I think that video will do well. I got to get that done. I got to get my GT4 done, and then I'll
but I think, Billy, you could do touchless for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, just maybe if you don't want to use a pressure washer to take it off, I mean.
Yeah, I'd pull the wheels off, coat it, and then I'd pressure wash the crap out of that thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's power equipment, really.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. What ceramic coating is best for one of us DIYers? Opinions are overwhelming.
I mean, my favorite coating is G-Technics CSL XO, and it's DIY. Couldn't be any easier to install.
It's really easy to do.
Wipe on, wipe off.
Yeah.
Put it on, wipe it off. If you don't wipe it off real fast, it still will wipe off.
Yeah.
Really, really forgiving, and looks incredible.
And if it is little, you just put fresh stuff on it, and it kind of activates it again. Right?
It can, yeah. But if you needed to polish it off, it'll come right off. Yeah. G-Technics CSL, Crystal Serum Light, top that with XOV5, version 5, and it's magical. Right.
Nicholas asks, have you ever heard of or tried Big Boy products? Or are they just over-marketed? Probably so, right?
Big Boy is a Australian company. I've gone over this many times. The first Big Boy product to come to the U.S. was through Esoteric. It was the Big Boy dryer, like the air dryer thingy, the blower. And what Big Boy's doing is they're going to China. They have a good manufacturer that does good in plastics, right? So they take other people's ideas, and then they put better plastic on it. Yeah. But generally the guts are mediocre at best. And so they don't, they're not an innovator. The guy who owns it is not a frickin' detailer. It's nonsense. He's a marketing guy. Yep. Most Big Boy stuff in the U.S., they have problems with, because it's a Chinese throwaway product. Right. And it's just same thing with like the Karcher Cube. When the Karcher Cube blows up, it's a Chinese throwaway. They just send you another one. They'll send you 5 of them. Right. They built that into the pricing model. That some people are going to buy it, throw it in a cabinet, never touch it. Some people are going to buy it and want 5 new ones because they're abusing it. But they have a hard time delivering on that no questions asked Chinese replacement thing. And so you end up with a Chinese, not highly engineered Chinese guts in a really highly engineered, really nicely put together plastic. So the plastic exterior is really nice. Right. But in general, the products are jank. And so you have, a company that's not authentic, selling you something that is not what it says it is. So in general, it's just jank. It's not overpriced.
But they're just making a product to hit a price point, right?
Yeah. And like, for example, when Active does some real innovation and say, we're going to make a pump with 5 plungers.
Right.
Well, Big Boy comes and says, well, we can't do 5 because that's, that's patented. So we'll do 4. Mm-hmm. They do it 2 years later.
Right.
They don't innovate. They don't know. They don't even know what they're making. They don't care about what they're making. Right. I don't like companies like that.
They're just going after an established category, right?
Correct.
It's just TAM. They're just trying to steal TAM from someone else. So.
Yep. I don't like that.
Yeah. All right. So, hi, Matt. Just ordered a Mira and Griot's correction creams. First time ever polishing a car. I'm a little nervous. It's a 25 Civic Type R in red with soft Japanese paint. Any tips?
I think modern Civics are not particularly soft, like newer cars. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Hard to get through.
Not envying you. You're planning on polishing the whole car with a single 3-inch. That kind of sucks. You're going to want to get a 5-inch. But yeah, I don't think you won't have to worry about it. It's also the Mira, is a little bit more advanced because you got to manage because it's the trigger is variable. It's a potentiometer, so you speed up and slow down.
Right.
And so you have there's no trigger lock, so you got to hold the trigger, and you got to manage the speed. And you're dealing with a 3-inch, and when you're doing a 3-inch dual action polisher is more aggressive than a 5-inch dual action polisher. The smaller the pad, the more aggressive. And so you just want to be careful. The advantage of the 3-inch is you're going to have less chance of like hitting the backing plate off of your door handle or something because it's a lot smaller and easier to manage. But I mean, if you went that deep, spend the $380 and get the frickin' 5-inch LE T4500 cordless polisher as well. It's going to make your life so much easier. But other than that, even with the Mira, you're not going to have a real problem. It's just you're going to be frickin' polishing for like 100 hours with a 3-inch polisher trying to do that whole car.
Just bite off pieces at a time.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see here. What size would the MSS array you wanted to get rid of? What do you think the length of that is?
It's 36-inch closet.
Yeah.
And then 2 26s and a 34. So that's 52.
It's about 10 feet.
Yeah.
It's about 10 feet.
Yep.
All right. Spencer says, how well does sonic foam inlay sit in ProSlat cabinets? Also, comparison of ProSlat versus Russo sinks.
I'd be inclined to not buy a sink from either one of them. I'd be inclined to just get a base
nice
cabinet and then get whatever sink you want and cut it.
Right.
I don't think that. I mean, you'd have to tool grid around your sonic foam inlays in the ProSlats because ProSlat drawers are 22 deep, I believe, and 36 wide or something like that.
You wouldn't be able to use the XDs in those, right?
XD won't work.
Yeah.
You'd have to do large or medium, and you'd have to do some stuff around them. It could look nice still. You would have to build the little base around it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of Sonic plus the foam is it all fits together really nicely. Let's see here.
I want to make the Sonic foam even tighter.
Yeah.
So when we make our own,
it does move around a little bit.
I want it to be like precision fit.
Jason says, "Do you still like Kaizen foam?
Kaizen foam.
Kaizen?
No, I did Kaizen foam one time, and I did it in my wash bay. I did a little bit in my brown house, the very first house. It's a little too soft. What you do is you cut around it with an X-Acto knife, and it has like little layers to it where you peel out. It's just not super clean. A lot of people do it with like a hot knife or like a soldering iron, but it never turns out as nice as I'd like it to. It was the first go at drawer organization, but then I found Tool Grid and Sonic.
There's some companies out there where you send them the pictures of your tools or whatever, and they'll carve the foam.
Yeah, it's just the foam is always not. Even if they use good foam, it's just there's so much wasted space.
Right.
You know, I don't like it.
Yeah. So it says, will Matt Mormon ever find it within himself to make a financial channel? I don't think that's in the cards, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't obsess over making that kind of content, right?
No, I don't obsess over finances in general. Right. I mean, I did for a period of my life, but I did that out of sort of obligation for the job.
That was work.
It was a job.
Yeah.
And so that's not my natural, niche, natural tendency. Mm-hmm. It's not like something I'm super interested in.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty simple guy. You have a checking account, max out your 401k, and turn over your assets to a financial advisor that you trust and give them discretion, and don't mess with it. I am thinking about buying some trading baseball cards.
Yeah,
so
it's
football. I might go to the Philadelphia.
You got
card
a show to go to? Oh, no.
Yeah. The worst thing I could do is take like $100,000 cash there with me, and the problem is the cards I want, that would only buy me like 3 cards.
What is it? I think Ramsey says you out earn your stupidity. Is that the?
No, what if somebody makes it be stored value?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, an 86 Fleer, rookie. PSA 9, they're like, 30, 40, 50 grand. PSA 10s are like 200.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, I get into this stuff after it's already taken off. I'm never early.
Yeah.
I'm always late.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure every Rolex I bought is worth, $2,000 to $5,000 less.
Well, you also were buying during COVID when things were going crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm always late to the party. I'm a terrible investor.
Matt, are you familiar with or have seen Beta garage cabinets?
Yep. Yeah, they're like a tier that no, they're Italian.
Really?
They're Chinese made but Italian engineered. Mm-hmm. They are kind of like Sabre level, what Sabre was.
Yeah, the old Sabre. Yeah.
Their tools are, like I would say are kind of like a step above Harbor Freight. So it's just because it's Italian, it's cool. They have some decent
better
organization
design,
solutions.
So it's a better design.
Yeah. But it's like Tecton level tools.
Right.
Nice. I don't think you're making a mistake going down that road. But the cabinets look okay. But they're just okay. And you're paying a premium just because it's an Italian thing. But I think you'd be much better off with Sonic.
All right. Well, that's the last question we have. And I know it's late. We got started late. And I know you got an office full of goodies you want to go play with. So if there's anything else, I don't know if there's anything else you want to cover.
I got my Simple Human garbage can put together. I got my Vitraza glass carpet protector.
Oh yeah.
I got I got to get rid of the LG box. I got to temporarily wire up the speakers again because are you
hanging the conference room screen or is that Mike's?
Yeah, I think Mike's gonna have to do it because there's no power there, so we gotta get power.
That's right, we gotta get a power brick.
We gotta get power and stuff there. Conference room's getting a 85. I always get the model numbers in Samsung or
U95.
No, QN95.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the Sennheiser Ambio Plus with the Sennheiser sub in there, so we can show that, and then we have some sound for it. We'll put an Apple TV on that as well, so we can just AirPlay to it.
What chairs are you putting in there?
I ordered a Steelcase Think version 1. Which is a like 2 generations old, but there's a company I found online called Madison Seating, and they're a Steelcase dealer, but it seems like they buy out old B stock, Steelcase stuff, and several other brands, and so I contacted them. They have one. It has a tan, it has the back that's kind of the breathable mesh thing. Yeah. It's a tannish color, so I'm not sure how that's going to look. So I bought one.
Yeah.
They don't have a different color. The other color is like $400 a seat instead of
Right.
$200.
Right.
And so if the tan works and it's a decent chair, I got to buy 16 of them.
Yeah.
And so once we get the display, we're going to move
You shift the table over a little.
move it over a little bit to center it. That'll give us room, because I really do think I would like to put a Sonic MSS array, countertop array, over there on the one wall.
Yep.
Could be really cool looking. And then I want to do some. I'm going to take some more photos of my current cars, and I want to do some GIK art walls for the other 3 walls to kind of cut down on echo in there. And same thing with my office. But the conference table is 54 by, I think, 16 feet, 54 inches wide, 16 feet long.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so my office is going to be pretty sweet. I want to do a 4-panel, 24-inch by 48-inch art wall of my GT3 RS, and I've got an idea of the photo I want to get, which will be in my garage with my ProSlat array in the background. But I need to get a pretty wide shot, because I want to make it, I want to make it 24, 48, 96 inches long.
You mean with the Russo in the background?
Correct. Yeah, Russo. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Is what I think.
Hard to take that picture now with the ProSlat.
Yeah. I think that's what I want to do.
No.
But yeah, my office is coming together. I got my BDI desk, got my fancy leather chairs in there. It's looking good.
Yeah, you took my chairs.
And Contour
Everybody
Legacy
came into my office. They're like, my chairs are gone. So I have to go steal some from one of the other offices.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm working on.
One last quick question says, what's pink color in the home theater? Oh, wait, never mind. That's an old one. Didn't clear that out. Jeff will try to figure out what the answer to that is.
I knew what it was, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway,
cool.
Go check out the new channels, and make sure check out the video on Saturday with Tool Grid. I think you'll like it, and we're gonna keep sharing, keep showing you.
Yep.
Cool
And remember, podcast next week will be on the new Matt Mormon channel.
Correct.
So,
yep.
Sorry we screwed that up this week.
I think what we should do,
early.
we'll do a YouTube post and whatever.
Yeah.
They have like the photo post you can do.
Sure.
I think I'll post something there to come over to Matt Mormon channel. So
Okay.
thanks
Great.
for watching.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.